Welcome to Strength Side. So today we're going to be talking about the rock back as a way to increase hip flexion. So hip flexion is always caused by a limitation in either internal or external rotation at the hip. So internal rotation being the knee coming in and facing the inside, and external rotation is the knee facing out. Okay? So most people are going to be limited in internal rotation. Most people have an external rotation bias, and you'll see it by people's feet position, or if they squat, very knees out, which isn't a bad thing, but it is a telltale sign of them being limited in internal rotation. Okay? So the rock back is great because we can bias either internal or external rotation and move through hip flexion in an unloaded situation. Okay? So Ryan, go ahead and get down into a quadruped position. So face the side. There you go. Cool. Okay, so starting out, Ryan is very externally rotated at the hip. Okay, so he's naturally going to be able to sink very far back into a rock back in external rotation. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you down on your elbows. Now this is important because in a squat, you're going to be leaned forward at the torso. So let's simulate that in this. Okay, so he's tipped forward at the torso because he's on his elbows. Now, yeah, so I want you to rock back in external rotation, and we'll see how far he gets back. Okay, go ahead, rock back, good. And we'll just go until you see that the hips dip back in a posterior tilt, and what this would be manifest itself in a squat is a butt wing. Okay, so he's rocking back, and he gets pretty close to his heels there without getting that butt wing. Okay, so now let's go ahead and bias internal rotation. So how we're going to do that is bring the knees in and put the feet out. Okay, now let's go ahead and rock back. See how already he's getting that butt wink there? Okay, so we now know officially that he's limited in internal rotation. So what we'll have him do is rock back and hold. So go ahead and rock back and hold in that position. I just want him to breathe into his hip. That's a weird concept, but if you actually try this, you'll feel that you can breathe into that position inside the hips and just try and get comfortable in that position. You're not moving into pain here. We're just trying to move into discomfort and try to make your body, your nervous system be more comfortable in that. So if you're feeling that you're straining, if you're feeling that your hands are like clamped, if your feet are grabbing at the ground, you're going too far. Try and relax and just breathe nice and easy, okay? So we can see here that he's doing a good job. Now, we're just probably going to do this 5 to 10 times, in and out, holding for 5 to 10 seconds at a time, and then pop back up and squat again, and hopefully you're going to be a little bit deeper in your squat. Now, this is awesome for prepping your squat. Okay, so if you do this, ideally you do this before you squat so that you're actually gaining mobility and then you're claiming that mobility. We're not just gaining mobility just for the sake of doing it. We actually have to use that, okay? So try this out before you squat, and hopefully it'll give you a little bit more hip flexion in your squat, be able to get a little bit deeper, and yeah, try it out. See if you like it. See you in the next video.